Hello my darlings, I know I look like a black widow in this video and it's gonna be a serious one. However, I don't want to make it too hard to listen. So a few months I think ago I posted a video about me using a drug called OZEMPIC, and I'm sure that many of you heard about it, but if you want to know my background story of why I started it, why I started using it, who prescribed it to me, what was the issue, I highly suggest you watch that first video of mine first, because you will not know anything if you just watch this video. So if you are interested in the subject and you haven't watched my first video, I do not want to repeat myself and repeat the things that I've already said in the first one. Please, it's going to be linked here, and first watch the other one. It's very important that you see the whole picture, the whole story, before you go in the comments and write something that's not very accurate, and I don't really want to read that. So I hope that me being open and vulnerable and trying to be helpful for anyone who might be watching this and might need that help or guidance. At the same time, I don't want to be thrown around like a bag of potatoes in the comment section. Okay, so please do that for me. I'm doing this video for you, so you please do that for me and watch the video, the first one about OZEMPIC first before you watch this. This will mean the world to me. And if you are not interested in the subject at all, please skip this altogether. Okay, so today I think it's gonna be a little bit more light-hearted than the first one. I just want to talk to you about some other symptoms that I didn't touch on in the first video. Some I only noticed a month or two ago, and I still wasn't sure if it was the OZEMPIC or not. Also, I just want to give you the update overall, how I'm feeling, how it is at the moment, what is my weight like. Also, I did a very thorough testing, my blood, my body scans, my liver, and my other stuff inside me, so I can tell you a little bit more now. Okay, so let's jump right in. Please be mindful of how vulnerable this subject is, and please be kind in the comments, not only to me but to anyone who might be interacting with you. Okay, so yeah, now we've got end of August, starting September, and it's been now since January, mid-January I would say, that I have been using OZEMPIC. And if you don't know what it is, again, go ahead and watch the first video. And I did not raise my dosage, my weekly dosage, since the video came out. Okay, so since I think April or so, I've had the same dose. I didn't raise it, and I think that was a good choice, because I have been noticing another period of drastic weight loss. I know you only see me like up to my boobs, but yeah, I'm quite, I wouldn't say skinny at all, but I would say I'm way leaner than I've been in the past couple of years. So maybe I should just get up. But yeah, I'm quite now lean, and basically what's very good, and you know, this is the effect that I also wanted, not only like my inside health but also how I look outside. It's very good for me that I'm losing so much weight. I don't think I need to lose any more. However, yeah, I'm still still going through the process, and I think I will slowly get off it, but that's another subject. So yeah, I have noticed another drastic weight loss, I would say, since end of May until now. There was a period, I think in early July, when I noticed that I gained a little bit more weight, but that's mainly because, you know, I'm in a new relationship, I'm in love, I'm super happy, we eat together, we eat a lot, right? But in general, I don't have many cravings. The only thing is that right before my period comes, so a week before my period, then I get very, I want to munch on a lot of things. I mix things like I'm pregnant, literally. I can mix potato chips with ice cream and sue me. But in general, I eat very healthy. I definitely do crave a salad, lettuce more than I crave a cake, which is great side effect of Ozempic. You really start to think twice or even 3 times before you put something in your mouth. And yeah, there has been a drastic drop again. So pretty much all my clothes from the previous lifetime have to be, you know, taken in. You know, it is a little bit of a hassle, but it's fine. So keep that in mind, that with Ozempic, at least what I've noticed, is that you do not lose weight all the time. There are like moments, all right? The moment can last for 3 months in a row, and then you stop and there's a stop, and then another month comes and then you lose again. That's what I've noticed. So that's the first thing I want to talk to you about, is that it kind of surprised me how different it is to what I thought it would be. You know, I thought that I would not lose a pound. That's what I thought at first before I started, or I would keep losing shitload of weight. And the second version is definitely true, but there are just moments when you do lose weight. And what's very important, it is not very noticeable depending on how much you work out. I noticed that whether I work out or not, which I mostly do, but those workouts are not as heavy as I would do them when I was a teen, right? I noticed that there is not that much of a difference when it comes to me losing weight when Ozempic is in the picture. Another thing that's not the best, and I have noticed, and that really frustrates me, it is getting better now, but it would be terrible a month and 2 months ago. What I've noticed is that I have been not only losing weight, I've been losing a shit ton of hair. And to the point that I would brush my hair and it was like a full-on mouse coming out of my head. Terrible feeling. Especially because I never ever had issues with my hair in my life, so I would not know what hair loss meant at all. I didn't know what that was. That was not in my dictionary, okay? And I always had very thick, very luscious hair. So thankfully, you don't really see the difference if you see me with my hair down, that I lost a lot of hair. However, it does happen. The hair loss is real with me when on Ozempic, and that's what you also have to consider if you want to be on it. I definitely did lose a lot of hair on my head. However, I did get a lot more hairy in other parts of my body, which is absolutely terrible. It's like, you know, I do get laser treatments, but like I never had hair on my lower belly, like beneath my belly button. never, and now I do. Not to mention, I have to wax my face, you know, my upper lip, way more often than I used to. Like once in 2 weeks, it would be enough for me back in the day, pre-Ozempic. Now I have to do it at least once a week. So it's very weird. The body hair grows so much more, and in places I never thought I would have hair. And then my hair that we actually appreciate having, I'm losing it. So that's absolutely terrible. Also, I did lose quite a bit of brows. Actually, even someone, when I think I was doing, maybe it was even that Ozempic video, someone commented like, what happened to my brows? You had such good brows. And I didn't have makeup on. And I actually lost quite a bit of brows. Now they are being regrown and they're getting better again. But yeah, that happens too. So when it comes to hair, it's a nightmare. Okay, so be prepared for that if you ever consider doing what I do. Okay, now I'm gonna touch on other weird things that I've noticed being on Ozempic, and then we're gonna finish this video off with my mental health that I've discussed in the previous video. The other thing that I've noticed is that you lose weight in very different places that you would not really imagine. For example, I am a typical hourglass figure, right? When you have those body shapes, you have pear, you have apple. I am like typical hourglass, quite a fuller bust because I'm a C cup, and then very tiny waist, and then quite a big hip and quite a big butt. Now, the first thing I would lose weight would be my belly, obviously, as most hourglasses do. So I would always have flat stomach, but a little bit more chubby arm and hip and the leg. Now with Ozempic, even though I haven't changed my workouts at all, like I still do running, I still do like uphill walking, I play tennis, and I do gym stuff, and also of course yoga and Pilates, and that's what I've always done all my life. And I've noticed that I'm not really losing weight that much on my belly. I mean, of course I did lose a lot of weight there, but not as drastic as I would think I would. Where I lost weight the most were my legs and my ass. Like, I don't think I've ever had such small ass ever in my life. Even if I was like 38 kilograms in high school, my ass was never so small. Super weird, and trust me when I say I don't really even train my ass these days. You know, I do some sit-ups here and there, and of course Pilates helps you, but come on, like, this is so weird. I've never had such small bottom, and yet my belly is not that flat, you know what I mean? And by this time, if I was drastically losing weight, losing weight, the belly would be the first one to go. Yet now it's the last one, which is super weird for me, super weird. And my legs and my ass were the first one to go. Also my back, and I don't really do that much with my back. I mean, I do the push-ups and I do the, you know, weight training, but my back is perfect now. So you basically lose weight in completely different places, not your usual places, which is very interesting. I hope they're doing some research on it, because this is something that I've definitely noticed. So that is that. Another thing that is very, very TMI, but I have to share with you, is that you get a lot of indigestions, you get a lot of windy days, like especially right after you inject yourself, like the first 24 hours after the injection, which is weekly. you get very windy, okay? Very windy. So at least for me, bear that in mind. So annoying, especially when you have a new partner and you live with him, right? So that is terrible. Funny, but terrible. And speaking of indigestions, I get a lot of liver pain. And you know, after a while, it really started to worry me. Like, you know, I know that Ozempic can be very aggressive for your liver and your other digestive organs. And I did full-on testing. I had 3D scans of my liver and intestines and everything. I had blood taken to test it, and it's perfect. It's never been better. Like, I am the prime book-like example of a perfect liver at the moment. Of course, my sugar, blood pressure, everything is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Like never before. I've never had, I mean, that's not the best, but my sugar is super low. I have no problems with cholesterol. So yeah, my, you know, health-wise, from the inside, I am perfect. However, I do feel liver pains. You know, that kind of feeling when you have some liver inflammation, especially when you have a period of eating badly or something. Yeah, the pain is terrible sometimes. And I was so worried, but it turned out that everything's fine. So I don't know where that's actually coming from, but it is coming from somewhere, and I am blaming it on Ozempic because it hasn't happened before. So that's that. Now, look-wise and anything else, I think that's pretty much it, except from acne. 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 Guys, you have to believe me. My whole life, I haven't had a pimple. Okay, maybe here and there, but you know what I'm saying. I never had acne, ever. Since I started doing it, I cannot look at myself. And the acne is in those typical hormonal spots. So the jawline from both sides, right? So right here and here. Nightmare is an understatement. Also, I do get bacne from time to time. So this is just my experience. It doesn't have to happen to you, obviously, but I definitely suffer from acne due to Ozempic intake. So that's terrible, absolutely terrible, but yeah. You know, I'm gonna be slowly getting off it, so I'm hoping that it will get back to normal, but definitely my face, my skin on my face is an issue for me at the moment since I have been on this medication. And that is that when it comes to looks. Now we can move on to mental health. I must say that in general, I'm doing better than when I filmed the first video, for sure. So I'm feeling like my body really adjusted and it's starting to flourish, you know? I'm starting to blossom in the new environment and I'm feeling better and better every day. Also, I'm feeling less nauseous every single month. There are days when I get very nauseous because my sugar in my blood is so low in general that when I work out, for example, and sweat, it gets super low, like too low, and then I get very, very nauseous. But you know, you just always have to be wary of that. So what I started doing, I always have a bottle of water or some isotonic with me. So coconut water or just normal still water with some lemon to it. You know, I always have something like that with me at all times, no matter where I go. And that is very important. Or I just drink, you know, freshly squeezed orange juice, but not like straight up orange juice. I have a lot of ice in here. So, you know, when it melts, it's actually very watered down. So I don't have so much sugar at once. But in general, I always have something slightly like, you know, citrusy sour or coconut water with me. And that really helps. Oh yeah, so good. So yeah, that is it, guys. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I hope you find it helpful. You know, a lot of you ask me for an update on how I'm feeling, how it's going. Weight-wise, I think I lost around 25 kilograms. I'm not too sure because I do not weigh myself all the time, believe it or not. I mainly measure myself, which is way more important for me. And I can proudly say that I have lost 3 sizes at least. So that's good. Like, that's flipping good. As I said, everything is too big for me in my closet, so everything needs to be altered, but you know, it's a good problem to have for me, so I cannot complain. And yeah, that is it, guys. I really hope you actually enjoy it, and when I speak vulnerably and give you some honest opinion on something that's very popular at the moment, and maybe not enough people tell you the whole truth. And you know, since I have been raised in a medical family, it's always been important for me to have a lot of clarity and to not be ashamed of your health conditions. So yeah, a lot of you tell me that I've changed, my look's changed. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I feel amazing. I truly feel amazing. So apart from, you know, those little issues that I've told you about, in general, I'm absolutely fantastic. So yeah, guys, yeah, now I'm done rambling, and that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and you know, of course, comment, like, share this video if you think that someone might get some use out of it. And please do not forget to watch the first part of OZEMPIC if you haven't watched it already. And see you in my next one. Bye!